I can't believe it, brother.
Cocktober, baby.
Oh yeah, brother. I can't believe it's Cocktober already.
What up, everybody? Got another Cocktober review for you today. This is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. This is recommended by my boy John Smallberries, and he's one of the trio that do the podcast Bloodbaths and Boomsticks. That's bloodbathsandboomsticks.blogspot.com, I think is their web address. Go check them out. Really cool podcast. Otherwise, I'll post the link to the podcast down below. Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, third entry in the film. John Smallberries is a huge fan of this film. He's always talking about it. How kind of one of those films where he champions it. You know, a lot of people shit on it, and I mean, I never really shat on the film, but until my recent watch of this, I probably caught it on cable maybe 10 years ago. And what I mainly remember of this film is the kids. You know, the just annoying little kids, and they remind me of the damn Ewoks in Star Wars. Just like they're trying to appeal to another audience. That's what I've always just had in my mind, and I really had forgotten about a lot of the cool stuff in this movie. Of course, I'm a huge fan of Mad Max and the Road Warrior. Totally different character. This Mad Max in this movie is totally off the rails. Totally different guy than he was in the first film. Doesn't look at all the same. Doesn't act the same. But you know, this film is one of those deals where they kind of crank it up to 11, and you know, everything. You know, the Road Warrior was much crazier than Mad Max, and this is much crazier than the Road Warrior. So if you liked The Road Warrior, you probably dig this film, or at least parts of it. All sorts of furry jock straps and just totally bizarre shit in this movie. Just set designers and the folks went nuts on this one. Of course, filmed all in Australia. This is, I think this is one of the first, or I think this is the first movie that was actually backed by some American money. That's why you've got American actors in it, which I think is kind of what hurts the film. Tina Turner mainly. Tina Turner is another thing I remember about this film, and just me not liking her character at all. Rewatching it now, I think she actually does an okay job acting, but I just don't like her character. It's just not something that appeals to me. Of course, movie stars Mel Gibson. It's directed by George Miller and George Ogilvy, however you pronounce his name. Came out in '85. Yeah, premise of the film: Mad Max, after Road Warrior, gets his vehicle and all of his stuff taken, and comes upon this town of what's the name of it? Whatever the name of this town is, the one where Tina Turner's like the boss. She plays Entity or something like that is her name. But anyway, it's in this town, and it seems a little more advanced than things did in The Road Warrior. But yeah, he's in this town, and the best part of the film, I think, is probably the first 30-45 minutes. And then he is forced to go into the Thunderdome and fight Master Blaster. And Master Blaster is this like midget, and he's like a midget and this huge muscled guy who you learn is like a you know, dim-witted, you know, mentally handicapped person. And you know, Thunderdome, the rules are one man enters, or two men enter, one man leaves, and Mad Max is going to kill the guy and changes his mind and doesn't kill him, so he's thrown out into the desert. This is his punishment for not upholding the rules of Thunderdome. And he comes across a group of kids, and they all think he's this person called Captain Walker, who is, he learns that all these kids are from a plane crash, and they think that he's the guy that, you know, used to lead them or whatever. So after quite a little while, he decides, you know, okay, whatever, you know, call me Captain Walker if you want to. So he's leading these kids to a place called Tomorrowland, I think is what they call it. But that's what they're looking for, this magical place, supposed to be really cool. But anyway, they make their way back to the original city where Tina Turner is rocking and rolling. But yeah, Well, you know, the film is somewhat entertaining. I think it's a little bit too long, maybe a good bit too long. They could probably shave off quite a bit of the stuff with the children, and it would make it more entertaining to me. You know, I had forgotten some of the cooler things about the film, but yeah, you know, of course it's got a cool chase at the end, similar to the Road Warrior, and lots of, you know, crazy post-apocalyptic cars and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, day late, dollar short type of scenario. You know, it didn't. You know, it tried to give people what they expected from the Road Warrior, and I think it kind of tried to go above expectations, and I don't know. It didn't work for me. You know, I can understand why people enjoy this film so much, but it just was not something that was working very well for me. But, you know, Mel Gibson doing his thing. Yeah. Anyway, I got a little bit of a more... a higher opinion of the film now than I did before I watched it again. I really just thought it was a bunch of hokey bullshit, but watching it again, I think it's okay, decent watch. And see you next time on another review. Peace out, guys.